Hello and welcome to the Creator's Garden. I'm called Harpy, and today we are going to be doing some more Amazing Digital Circus fan art. This time I thought today would be more themed around the fact that it is Mermay. So we're going to be doing a couple of the Amazing Digital Circus cast as mermaids, along with my OC. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and move on to the main camera. So, as you can see, I've already got the poses sketched out and a couple of the characters already figured out. So, I did do a little bit of theming as to what type of mermaids I thought they'd be. For Jax, I picked a sea bunny, which is like basically a sea slug that kind of vaguely looks like a rabbit. And of course, Palmy's going to be a clownfish. And for Gangle, I went with a ribbon eel, because ribbons, of course. And as for my OC Buttecream, I had to think about this for a while because I was just like, are there any like dessert themed fish? So unless someone comes in chat and suggests something better, I decided for Buttercream's mermaid half to be based on a red sea bream, which is the shape of taiyaki. If you don't know what taiyaki is, it is like basically a fish-shaped cake with a filling. It's like it could be custard, it could be a red bean, but yeah. So that's the only like fish and dessert sort of thing that I could think of. So, so red sea bream for Buttercream. And hello, Kamada-kun. Welcome, welcome. Glad you can make it. And I hope you're doing well. Alright. But yeah, I've got... And hello, JR. Hello, Nero. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're good. Yeah, I've been doing good. So right now, as you can see, we got like the basic sketch of the characters ready to go pretty much. So right now we're going to be refining it, and then instead of doing like inking, all I'm gonna do is just basically just really clean up the sketches. And then once I have the sketch fully cleaned up, then I'll just go straight to coloring. Today's a good day. Civ 7 major update. We were waiting for 4 months for it to come out. Oh. Well, congrats for those who have been waiting on that. Was thinking about dessert. I was thinking there's a lot of sea creatures that smell sweet. Lion mane sea slug. They smell like watermelon. That's fun. I might look at that one later. But yeah, I'm just gonna quickly because I have some references up of the sea creatures that I mentioned earlier, because I do not know off the top of my head like what their patternings are. Like, I knew, like, for clownfish, it was, like, orange, white, and black. I knew that. I just didn't know in what order, per se, so. Needed to, take a quick look at that. Also, just a quick check, how are the audio levels doing? Can you guys hear the music? Hopefully no more weird, like, no audio weirdness like last time. Audio's good, thank you. I'm not really digging that shape for that area. I'm thinking maybe more proper fins might look cooler. Hello, Aimless Ray. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing well. And welcome to the stream. And if you're here, I take it you're a fan of the Amazing Digital Circus? You guys are all doing well. It's a little bit warm in the garden today, so I've also been out doing a whole lot of gardening work, which the Borbs are really happy about. They've been chirping so much. They are so happy. But I don't know how I'm standing. I don't know. Maybe it's just the nice weather. I even got some watermelon green tea with me to help cool off. Just taking a moment to look at my photo references. Okay, so the tail is actually a lot more circular. I decided to base the mermaid halves off of like actual sea creatures instead of just going off their usual color palettes. Just because I thought that getting like inspiration from real life creatures would help like sort of add more variation to the designs instead of just doing like standard mermaid tail but with like a color swap, you know? For those of you who are new in chat, you know, feel free to try out any of the chat commands down here. Especially like the exclamation fish command that lets you fish up stuff over here in this little pond mini game I have in the corner. And if you like, feel free to let me know who's your favorite character in the Amazing Digital Circus. It'll probably come as no surprise that for me, it's Jax. I like his design. His character is interesting. And I don't know. He's just one of those walking disaster characters that is like living train wreck. It's like you can't help but watch and see what's gonna happen. It's probably not anything good, but you still can't help but watch. Just so I can have more room for the actual like designs and patterning of a ribbon eel. If I can ever remember what her face markings look like. Them. I'm gonna quickly take a look and see how I want to do the sea bunny. Okay, so okay. So it's more like because I wanted it to kind of just slowly morph into the rest of the body. So I'm thinking, okay, so it doesn't go like that. And I drew his ears like that at first because I thought maybe I wanted them more kelp-like, but nah. Since I'm doing a proper sea bunny, I have a decent reference as to how they can look like. Just pure bean. Actually, this is... So, what I'm trying to decide is how I want to fuse the two. For instance, there is sort of like this sort of tail protrusion that's kind of like doing this sort of thing. And it looks like it could be a good tail, but do I want to put it back here or like back here? Because over here is closer to where like his tail would usually be. I'm thinking it probably needs to go back here. Oh, hey, Jane. Welcome, welcome. Glad you can make it. I hope you're doing well. You been working on any art recently? Gotta go. Hope you have a great rest of the stream. Thank you, Kamada-kun. Hope you have a good rest of your day. I'm always drawing. Fair enough. But what do you happen to be drawing today? Or is that even something you can mention? I'm starting to think that Jax's sea bunny body might be the most difficult to pull off, but we're gonna try. We're gonna do our best. cool commission for a friend. Awesome. Hope it's going well so far. And from what I've seen of your art's pretty good too. To reference the ribbon eel patterns. It's funny because I mostly know ribbon eels from Animal Crossing. Okay, so it goes yellow, then blue. Stripe, but it's kind of also got like either light blue or white at the edges, so the top is kind of more like that. I think what I'm gonna do is end up going from normal ribbon body, sort of gradienting into ribbon eel body. Love how loose your style is, like you're free. Well, you know, it's just most of the time, whenever I started drawing, I don't always have like the big picture in mind. I know that that's usually like the best way of like making sure everything is laid out the way you want, but it takes me a hot minute to get there, so most of the time I'm just kind of lightly sketching in places, trying to see where things might fit, and then just kind of go from there. Especially with like more like kind of freestyle pieces like this, where it's not part of like a story or anything, and I'm just here just kind of putting concepts out there, then it's just like, yeah, just then it feels like I can just do whatever. If these were any of my comic pages, that would be a completely different story. Then, when I'm actually placing things, they have a purpose. But here it's just kind of like, you know, the Amazing Digital Circus gang are on a mermaid adventure, which sounds like a lot of fun, you know? Just have them all become mermaids. They're all underwater. They don't have to breathe anyways, so it just just hang out. Go look for that sunken treasure. That would be the adventure. Find the fish's missing treasure. Was it voiced by Zach? I got the creators of Smiling Friends. Gonna miss that show, but it was a good, fun run. And same with Amazing Digital Circus too. Like, I'm glad they're able to like end the series on the note that they wanted. It's definitely a lot better than just milking it forever. It's like, if you've ran out of ideas, or if this is like the intended ending you had in mind for it, then just go with it. The last one I need to reference is the Red Sea Bream, I believe. Oh wait, Kamada-kun mentioned. What was it? What was that fish? smells sweet. Okay, the lion's mane sea slug. Okay, that's what I'm trying to look for. Apparently, smell like watermelon Jolly Rancher. Trying to find a decent picture of one. That top character, I see him so much. You drew the heck out of him. Yeah, that's Jax. He's definitely one of the popular characters in the Amazing Digital Circus. I feel like it's either you love him or you hate him, and I'm one of those people who love him. You make me realize I gotta take drawing slow and take my time and not scribble everywhere praying for the best. I mean, you know, it depends what you're trying to get out of it. But if you have the time, then yeah, definitely, you know, take it slow. It's like, it's not a race to try and get like the most perfect drawing in like seconds, you know? Because you know what happens when you draw that fast? You're gonna get hand cramps, and then what? You're not gonna be able to draw for a while. So, you know, take it easy, take care of yourself. Get those hand stretches in. But yeah, if you've been drawing anything recently, let me know. Because outside of doing fan art, I have been working on my Snapdragon Club comic, The Actress's Tale, which is the latest installment of it. Though, considering what's going to be happening in these next couple of pages, I feel like I'm only going to be able to go so far on Friday's stream, and then after that, I might not be able to stream my comic pages for a bit, just because I'm a little concerned that YouTube might not like the content of it. I don't think it's that bad, but you know, sometimes the censors decide that something is against policy, and I don't want to test that. Anyways, Especially since like Buttercream is basically, you know, literal tough cookie. I take a while to draw. I mean, yeah. I mean, even when it comes to the art that I do for streams, it's like, usually I have something already like sketched out even before stream starts, and I'm just more refining it and then, you know, just cleaning it up and making it look nice in colors for the stream. Because stream is not conducive to like all of them like trial and error parts, because a lot of times I'll be sitting there drawing a circle, erasing, drawing the circle like 3 pixels over to the side, deciding I don't like it there, then keep just moving it places until I finally find a spot where I think I might want to draw something, and then spend, you know, lots of like sketch, erase, you know, it would get a while before it gets to anything, you know, remotely satisfying to watch, you know? So that's why I try my best to like have some sketches ready beforehand so that you already have an idea of where I'm going. Take another look at the reference. And while I'm here, thank you, Feather King. It's just that when I'm looking at the pictures for the lion's mane sea slug, it's like mostly transparent with, you know, lots of little pink veins inside, so just trying to figure out how I want to lay that out before I color. The Art Sloveni, if you think you've seen me on Pinterest, then it might be a repost because I do not have a Pinterest. If you see my art on Pinterest, it is not me. Someone is reposting my art. I do not have Pinterest, I do not have TikTok, I do not have Instagram. So just letting you guys know. Nubs. They'll just kind of be closer to the body. More elongated, so hopefully it gives the sense that it's going in a direction. And I feel like I might just have to try and freehand the little veins. Little bit of overlap, but it's okay. And I think the last thing I want to do is quickly look up Pomni's eye makeup really quick, just to be sure I have that correct. Let's see. Technically, there's 3 for the pinwheel eyes. But I don't think I'm gonna have enough room to stylize it. So I'm just gonna keep it at 2. Is it really just 3 at the top? Really? I could have sworn she had. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So 3 at the top here, 3 at the bottom over here. I can do that. And with that, I think I can probably consider these sketches finalized, pretty much. So I'm just going to take a quick moment to show you guys. So, quick recap. Jax is a sea bunny. Then we have Pomni over here as a clownfish mermaid. And here's my OC Buttercream, who is going to be based off the lion's mane sea slug. And then Gangle down here as a ribbon eel. Okay. First of all, I'm just gonna check. We always want to make sure we have our protective surfaces. We have a protective sheet in the back so that the alcohol marker ink doesn't slip to the other pages. Let me get that. Get that what, Jay? Did you fish up something good? The unfortunate thing about the fishing minigame is that I can't hear the notifications when they go off, so I don't know when to look up. What I'm thinking is the reference I had for the sea bunny was a white and black, and I think that's what they do. But since this is Jax, I think I'm kind of lean towards like very light purple gradienting into a darker purple. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Get that sketch. I'm not sure if YouTube chat allows links or anything like that, so don't worry about it too much. I wouldn't say this is like how I usually color, by the way. I'm just very much feeling experimental. Like, especially with coloring, because I feel like coloring is one of those things that I feel like I could, you know, I could step up a bit. And I'm just gonna pretend this is all in neutral lighting so I don't have to worry about like what the actual shade of color is, because that's another thing that I've been meaning to practice more with is different types of lighting. I feel like I'm best with like neutral and warm colored lighting. I'm still trying to work on how to do like cool colored lighting. Actually, where's that purple rain color? blending time. I'm trying, man. Okay, yeah, I'm thinking maybe the fuchsia is actually the better color for the highlights. And then we'll use this other dark purple for, well, not dark purple, but it's more of like a very fine gray purple. Just sort of very lightly add shadows in a few places. No neat pattern or anything that I like decide when to switch between colors. I just kind of go. And I think Sardonyx was the one that I would want. colors too. I might try. Then I'm also gonna try to blend it out a bit. Such chill music. Yeah, I like this music too. It's been a while since I used this for the background of my streams. It's just got that, you know, chill video gamey music type vibe. Like, I try to switch up the music like every couple of streams or so, or depending on like the weather or the season. Look at that blend when they dry, right? This is why I like working with the alcohol markers. It's like, it just feels like, I don't know. Is it weird to say it kind of feels like more controlled painting? Because like, I've tried watercolors and I've dabbled in acrylics and oil paints as well. But of like the mediums, I've usually liked more how watercolors tended to blend, but I also hated waiting so long for the watercolors to dry so that I can work on top of them and layer on top of them. So I feel like with and also I'm not too good with controlling the brush sometimes. But I feel like with alcohol markers, I feel like I have a little bit more control, and the alcohol ink makes it so that when you lay it down, you really have to work fast because it dries pretty quickly. So if you want like nice seamless blends, it's nice to like work when it's still wet, you know? Kind of. Did you have to work in a warm room too? I wouldn't say it's warm per se. It's pretty average, but that could be just me. I don't know. But when it does get chilly, this room really likes to retain the chill. I don't have any of those water paints anymore, but I used to turn on the heat to work with them. I mean, yeah, like I've seen like other watercolor artists who like to have like a heat gun or a hair dryer on standby just to like make it like dry faster, but I'm also just like too much effort. But yeah, it's just about, you know, when figuring out what medium you like to work with in art, you just gotta find a process that you like. And for me, working with alcohol markers is a process that's fun for me. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was gonna look at Pomni to see what are the hat colors. Like I knew it's blue and red. Okay. So it kind of goes into 6 colors when viewed from the front. Goes blue, red, blue here, and then red, blue, red there. You want to go back to working with watercolors? You enjoy working with your tablet too much. I mean, to be fair, working with a tablet seems absolutely wonderful if you love doing digital art. Like, I love the look of digital art. I don't know. I feel like traditional art gives me some time to, like, look away from the screen for a little bit. But that's just for me. If you're able to handle it, then more power to you, but yeah. Because there was a time, once upon a time, where I was like doing nothing but digital art because I thought I had to do that. Oh, whoops. Wrong color. It's fine. Personally take breaks. Yeah, that is a good policy to have when working with digital art, or just any art in general. Take breaks. Speaking of breaks, I'm thinking that after I'm done coloring Pomni, we will go for our stream break. Hello, Ferox. Welcome, welcome. Glad you can make it. Hope you're doing well. Yes, we are back at it again with more Amazing Digital Circus. And because it is Mermay, we are turning some characters into mermaids. We turned Jax into a sea bunny. And we are making Pondy a clownfish mermaid. Trying to use a dark brown instead of a pure black because I kind of want to try and keep it as soft as the rest of the coloring. Very nice, thank you. Blue and black? What about white and gold? Oh my god. Ferox. Oh my god. You come into my garden, bring up that cursed dress. Just as well because we're about to go on break. See what you did, Ferox? Now that was so bad that I need to go take a break. Core memory unlocked. Core memory that I wish to keep under lock and key. Thank you very much. But yeah, I think we're at a pretty decent stopping point. Not for the stream, but we're just gonna go on break. But just to recap, here's the coloring that we've got done so far. And I'm kind of liking how this is turning out. And it feels nice not have to worry about the line art because, I'm gonna be real, doing the line art was probably like my least favorite part because it's just about, you know, refining and I don't know. Just something about that part of the process was just not sparking joy, if that makes any sense. Need a break, hopefully a boba break. Yeah, maybe. Hashtag share the secret sketchbook. What secret sketchbook? Anyways, Jay, we're going on break now, so we're going to have to hold that thought for a bit. And so we're gonna go on break, and when we come back, we will finish coloring Gangle and Buttercream. And in the meantime, the fishing minigame will still be up, so feel free to fish to your heart's content, as well as summon any Borbs that you want. They like the enrichment of being summoned. Alright, I'll see you guys in a bit. And we are back. Hope you guys enjoyed the break. Got yourself some snacks, got yourself some drinks. Took care of whatever you needed to. But now, I think I want to work on Buttercream next. Because I want to figure out how I'm going to color all this. New model, more like a different costume. You like it? It's my sleepover outfit. I have a couple. Have you not seen them? But yeah, at some point, I'm thinking I might try to go for a different look, but that's still a long ways away. Now let's see, what does the thing look like? Oh, I did not save it. Okay, we have to go back really quick. I see. Okay. Oh. Is that what I thought it was? It is. Hello, Kana. Welcome, welcome. Glad you could make it. Thank you for the hydrates and the head pats. The fact they're all traditionally made is insane. Yeah. I just drew them and then I scanned them in. I had to make sure that all the backgrounds were transparent, which, you know, it's like it's a little bit tedious. It's like I can get them, like, the gist of it, like, transparent, and then I have to go back and get some of the nitty-gritty out. Yes, it's Jax. So yeah, we're doing Mermay for the Amazing Digital Circus fan arts today. So just as a quick recap, Jax is a sea bunny, which is another type of sea slug. And then we got Pomni as a clownfish. We have Buttercream as... It was originally going to be a red sea bream because that's what taiyaki is based off of. But Kamada-kun mentioned the lion's mane a sea slug, which apparently smells of watermelon. Was it watermelon Jolly Ranchers? So I was like, you know what? Why not? I think that's as close to dessert-themed fish as I'm gonna get. And then we have Gangle as a ribbon eel. You're obsessed, so cute. Thank you. Anyways, I was going to get started on coloring Buttercream because the lion's mane sea slug is a tad tricky because it's mostly transparent. With some veiny parts. So let's see how well I can convey that. too much, but I think this is pretty decent for what it is. Illusion of transparency a little bit. You're good at tricky stuff. That's debatable. I'll debate you. Well, thank you for the stretch anyways. Stretching my wings. Okay. Ow. That's what I get for working in the garden all day and not stretching. I guess I could use a little bit of the dark brown too. Yeah, that could be alright. I realized that I use a lot of the same colors for basically all the girls. Which is really funny. Alright. Once I get the background done, we shall call stream. Good colors. pastel colors really worked well to make it a sort of mystical, whimsical vibe. Fitting for the circus. This just about done. So let me know what you guys think in the comments or in chat. I think that'll be all today, because goodness was today very busy. But no worries, we will be doing a Friday stream. It might be the last Friday for a while in which I work on the actress's tale on stream, just because there are certain pages that I feel I don't want to risk, essentially. But as soon as I think I'm back to more acceptable pages, I will be returning to doing those on Fridays. But until then, I think next Friday will be the last time I work on Actress's Tale on stream for a while. I'll be working on it off stream. You love the shading? Thank you. But yeah, with that being said, I will call it here. So I'd like to thank everyone who joined me in chat today, and especially any newcomers who decided to stop on by. I really do appreciate it. And if you enjoyed your time here and are looking forward to more art and stories from me, then I hope you'll consider leaving a like, a comment, subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And if you have already, thank you so much. And also, I hope you consider taking a look at the Snapdragon Club webcomic if you haven't already. I have comic dubs available, and if you don't know where to start, The Hunter's Tale is, I feel, is the most accessible of the anthology of stories. They're all like self-contained stories, but they're all linked in that they take place in the same world. But yeah, if you're feeling super duper generous, we do have a Ko-fi link right up there, where you can buy me a boba, you can become a visitor of Sanctus and get a Borb attributed to you. And we also have a Ko-fi shop where we have stickers, including those of notable characters from the Snapdragon Club, as well as Harpy stickers. We got a Princess Borb, and we also have me in various outfits. There's also some free Borb emotes in the shop. So, even if you don't buy anything, there's something for you to download if you want it. So yeah. With that being said, thank you all for joining me. Plaster your walls into Sanctus stickers. Well, thank you. But yeah, thank you all for joining me, and I hope you guys can make it to Friday's stream. So, see you guys later and have a good rest of your day. Bye!